John Lennon found success both as a member of the Beatles and in his solo career, and fans have long debated which of his solo albums stands as his greatest achievement. After the Beatles officially disbanded in 1970, Lennon, who had co-founded the band alongside Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, embarked on a solo journey that led to a diverse and influential body of work. A recent discussion on the John Lennon subreddit reignited the conversation, with one user posing the question, what is his best solo album? Although opinions varied, a strong consensus emerged around John Lennon Plastic Ono Band, the introspective 1970 album created with Yoko Ono. One contributor shared that the Plastic Ono Band album had a profound impact on them during their youth. They recalled that their interest in another Lennon project, sometime in New York City, led to playful teasing from older siblings, who labeled them a hippie. For that fan, memories attached to Lennon's work, particularly the collaboration with Ono and tracks like Move Over Mrs. L, held a lasting emotional resonance. They also praised Milk and Honey, describing it as timeless and one of Lennon and Ono's finest collaborations. Another fan argued that Plastic Ono Band stood above not just Lennon's solo efforts, but even the collective works of the Beatles. A third voice in the discussion agreed, citing Plastic Ono Band as their top pick, though they noted Double Fantasy came close. Some fans described the album as emotionally dense, suggesting it became more complex with repeated listens. In contrast, others pointed to Walls and Bridges as a more accessible and enjoyable alternative, highlighting its simplicity and musical brilliance. In fact, Walls and Bridges received considerable praise throughout the thread, with several fans claiming it outshone Plastic Ono Band in terms of musical range and quality. One commenter emphasized the strength of Lennon's collaborators on the album, such as Elton John, who identified the hit potential in Whatever Gets You Through the Night, Harry Nilsson, who helped with the lyrics of Old Dirt Road, and guitarist Jesse Ed Davis, a favorite of Lennon's. This album, they noted, moved beyond Lennon's earlier themes centered around Ono or political activism, signaling a creative rebirth where he reconnected with his melodic instincts and personal life. They highlighted At Nine Dream as Lennon's best post-Beatles composition. Another user pointed out the distinction between what's considered the objectively best album and what resonates most personally with listeners. For them, Walls and Bridges was the definitive favorite. Released in 1974, Walls and Bridges featured contributions from Julian Lennon, Elton John, and Jim Keltner. It topped the US Billboard charts and reached number 6 in the UK, marking Lennon's final album of original material before Double Fantasy, released shortly before his death.